nothing but love and respect. You might have some cool fans, but mine are the best. We've been through it all, went to war when duty called. Never left a man behind, we move as one is super strong. I don't want followers, that implies I'm the leader. I'm not the captain, I just gave them something they can believe in. I hold the lamp in the darkness, but they're the light that I needed to see the road that we walk in between the angels and demons. And my fans have my back. Hate us if your feelings don't like facts. And my fans will fight back. Beat you with the keyboard you've been using to write back. I guess we need each other like both sides of the battery. We the army, we the homies, we the gang, we the cavalry. We're brothers and sisters, we hold it down like we gravity. Can't nobody break the bond that made us all family.
Me and my fans, we don't care what anybody say. Middle fingers to whoever in the way, man. Me and my fans, we gon' be together to the grave. It's a gang till forever and a day, man. Me and my fans, we don't even trip in the hate. We the I don't give a fuck in our reigns, man. Me and my fans,
we the hangover gang. Gang, 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 gang.
Oklahoma weather can dish out some of the worst punishment in the world. Hi everyone, I'm meteorologist Aaron Tuttle. But now you can fight back by installing Class 4 impact-resistant shingles from Ferguson Roof Systems. These shingles can withstand large hail, heavy rain, and hurricane-force winds, all while keeping your home safe and dry. And the best part? This upgrade is completely free for many homeowners. So call today to start reaping the benefits these Class 4 shingles bring, including a discount on home insurance. Only at FergusonRoofSystems.com.
Gang, gang, hey, nothing but love.
All right. Hey, everybody. Meteorologist Aaron Tuttle back with you here to talk about your forecast for the upcoming weekend. This will be a quick one for your lunchtime updates. Thanks for joining me. We're going to dive into this here pretty quick. I won't have a whole lot of time, so I got to run through it. All right. So let me get on with it. First off, it's nice sunshine, filled afternoon with a few high clouds out there. So the beginning stages of a change in our weather. So you see the high clouds move in like this. It's usually from the jet stream, which carries in a change from the southwest, which is an upper level moisture. We're going to change that into some low level moisture in the form of some rainfall and also a little bit of some winter precipitation. Now here's a look also at temperatures. We've recovered a little bit from the morning lows around freezing to already at 57 to 58 degrees here in my backyard on my Tempest weather station. So it's a nice rebound again, just like the last few days have been. All right, so what we're going to look at is the risk, believe it or not, for severe weather has returned. It is mainly across southeastern Oklahoma. The Storm Prediction Center has put this out here just a moment ago. It does actually have a slight tornado ring with it, but it's mostly for Arkansas and then points northeast from there. So it barely clips into Oklahoma. There is a lower ring here for the rest of southeast Oklahoma and North Texas. We'll look at the data on that here in a second to see if that's of any consequence. There's the wind and there's the hail, so kind of all in the same area. It's a low-end event. When we talk about what's needed in the atmosphere for producing severe weather, we look at the shear and the Cape overlay. And believe it or not, the best time for this to occur is about 5 o'clock in the morning down here from Dallas-Fort Worth to just about to Ardmore and then just about to McAllister and Fort Smith and points south and east of this line. So you can see as far as the rest of the body of the state, nothing doing. And here it's a very weak, the shear is not all that great. So it's a very low end threat. I'm not overly concerned, but the storms that would occur would be late Friday night and the early Saturday morning. As far as anything that's severe wise, a magnitude with updraft strength, enough to produce a little bit of hail, etc. If we look at this little panel right here, the models seem to favor about 5-6 o'clock in the morning around McAllister and points south and east, this little area. So that would be where you would need to pay attention. You can use my free weather app, AT's Weather to Go, just in case there would happen to be a potential tornado to develop in that environment. It would let you know ahead of time as you're sipping your morning coffee on Saturday morning. All right, so let's move on to the other big story. If you have been under a rock, there's an Arctic front coming our way. So by the way, your New Year's Eve looks pretty good as far as temperatures go. We're going to be primarily into the 50s across the state, so it will feel cool. But if you're outdoors, it will be wet or damp. The big front will move through. Here's 6 o'clock Saturday morning through northwest Oklahoma. By 9 o'clock in the morning, it's already making its way into the Oklahoma City metro area. So, falling temperatures, from about mid-morning onward here in Oklahoma City. And of course, all ready to start the day at northwest Oklahoma. Southeast Oklahoma has a chance to get warm though. McAllister 66 degrees, but then you start to cool down by lunchtime as that cold air moves through. Looks like there's a stars party going on right now on Facebook, by the way. Let's see, as we head into 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we're back into the 20s. So you can see it's not going to be a nice day on Saturday. And then we'll cool down to the teens overnight with some single digits probably by Sunday morning out there across parts of the state. And as you can imagine, with the winds howling out of the north and northwest, wind chill values are pretty brutal on Saturday. So here we go. Here's 9 o'clock in the morning, wind chill values down into the single digits at lunchtime, and some teens as we head into the afternoon period across the state. And then all the way into Saturday night and the Sunday morning. They don't change any. They just stay the same. Sunday itself, we will rebound a little bit with temperatures. So here's the wind chill values calming down a bit. So by the afternoon, feels more like the teens and 20s versus the single digits or below zero. So that's really your big story. The secondary story of this is what happens with the upper level trough axis that's moving through. This is a jet stream pattern. We're looking for this little trough to move on into. That's going to cause the inclement weather here across the central southern plains. Now what we'd like to see in Oklahoma is a nice upper level low. The models each run have been going back and forth as to whether or not they're going to try to produce one. And last night it looks like they were going to try to do it at the last minute. This morning's run's coming in and goes, you know what? I don't think so. So it's very frustrating as a forecast when you're looking for amounts, right? The signal's still there for precipitation. It's just how much we're trying to narrow down. And this time of the day, we finally start to get into that window of time. We're just about 48 hours out of the event, so we should start to get a good idea on the model data. Anyway, so that's the Canadian model. Here's the American, which is a little bit more of a upper level low look to it. The NAM, same for the period of Saturday night. The Canadian as well, the short version, and the UK Met. So they all kind of have a very similar look, but they're not quite all closed off, which means amounts should be on the lighter side and the heavier side here in Oklahoma. Now, we talk about rainfall, as we mentioned, for Friday. In the afternoon, we're going to have some showers moving in from the west during the afternoon hours. So if you have anything to do outdoors tomorrow, just keep that in mind. You have to dodge a few raindrops. That will continue off and on scattered for the rest of our Friday afternoon and evening through 7 o'clock. Here's 8 o'clock. So if you're going out and about in the evening, just keep in mind you might get a little damp, a little wet. So rain jackets, umbrellas, all that kind of stuff. Here's 11 o'clock and here's midnight. Models refiring off another round out here in southwest Oklahoma. Maybe even some lightning associated with this activity down here in the northwest Texas, Wichita Falls. Otherwise, looks kind of wet for our New Year's Eve. Now, as we head into 1 and 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, you do notice a big change up here in northwest Oklahoma. So, yeah, some thunderstorms, weak thunderstorms down here in south central Oklahoma, but some winter mix of freezing rain, sleet, and a little bit of snow across northwest Oklahoma into Kansas. So that snow gets a little heavier out there across liberal Kansas. Here's 6 o'clock in the morning. It's still inclement across the northwestern sections of the state. The fine line will probably be Bartlesville, Oklahoma City, down here in the parts of southwest Oklahoma. So along this line and points north and west is where most of the chance of freezing rain, sleet, and some snow mixed in is going to reside during our Saturday. There is still some hints at some leftover activity during the afternoon and evening, but then we'll watch for the new round to come in late Saturday evening out here in Amarillo and the Texas Panhandle, and then that should move through the state as we head on into Saturday night, Sunday. So right now, if you look at the model accumulation as far as the blend, it kind of gives you the idea where the potential light, and I do mean light accumulation is for a little icy mess, and so it's about like this. Just enough maybe bridges and overpasses. Be careful on Saturday for that outcome. The NAM likes to produce a little bit of heavier precipitation amounts for that ice up here in the southern south central Kansas and the far northwest Oklahoma, up to about 1/10 or maybe 2/10 of an inch. So again, that's just enough for some travel spots on some of the elevated roadways. And as we head to the snowfall amounts, the model blend at least is producing some snow for most of the state. Now this is at least in the form of some snow flurries, some very light snow dusting on the ground. Obviously heavier amounts up here toward the Kansas area. Now if we look at the specific European model, the ensembles that I like to use, for that time frame, it does show a better snow signal with this secondary round. And we talked about this last night. See, a lot of these panels now have blue on the map. So that's really good. In other words, the model's really favoring that secondary round of snow that'll move through, which should be a little bit more for central Oklahoma So we'll actually probably end up getting some measurable snow here in Oklahoma City. So here's a look at the temperatures for the next few days. Again, the big front comes in for this period here for Friday night. So these temperatures on Saturday, the models won't really have a high and low, so you can ignore that. Just going to be a brutal day. Sunday, we don't rebound much like this. The models have now dropped us down to a high of 32. Remember, if we have a little bit of snow on the ground I talked about last night, that would help to cause that outcome. And then we'll kind of rebound a little bit, then cool down a little bit. So the roller coaster ride will continue over the next several days. So that's what I've got here for you right now. Like I said, this will be short, simple, quick, and to the point. Tonight at about 9:15, 9:30, we'll come on live again, and we'll have a much better idea on estimating actual snow amounts, different parts of the state, because we'll be in a better window of model data, and therefore it can actually start to look a little bit more truthful. So the good news is, if you're still wanting a winter storm, Kansas is going to get it for sure. Oklahoma gets a little bit of a taste, and then North Texas, we'll see. And then again, we'll get some rain out of the system as well. All right, you guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and we'll talk again here this evening, and also we'll talk again New Year's Eve as well. All right, take care.